podcast. This is Eligible In, where we interview eligible singles who are nominated by you, of course, the family and friends of all of our lovely guests. My name is Yousif, and do not adjust your screens, y'all. I know. This necklace is cute. Thank you. I'm actually one of the producers and editors of the show. And today, y'all, I forced them to let me break out of that basement. And I said, put me in front of this camera because I have to be the one to interview this fierce and petite woman, y'all. Her name is Madee Lovegood. She is Toronto's bearded baddie who's known for her personality, fashion, hosting, high energy performances, and her ability to cuss out a bitch like nobody's business. Honestly, I'm scared this entire interview. Maybe I'm going to be next.
You are.
Madee Lovegood, y'all, has a beautiful mission in life, and that's to show that Middle Eastern queer people can exist and take up space. And she's actually an Assyrian drag queen herself as well. Madee also happens to be from Jane and Finch, so she's a little B, she's a little Banji girl. And she brings that specific style and spark into everything she does. She's a queen unlike any other, and you are going to be living, laughing, and loving this episode today. So enough of this faggot talking. Madee, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your journey with drag and how long you've been doing it.
So Madee Lovegood has been around. Okay, so I technically started in 2017.
Okay,
Technically.
pre-COVID, pre-COVID.
Yeah, on a technicality. So like I did it for like only a couple months.
Okay.
And then like my life kind of went to shit for I only did it for like 2 months. I didn't really take it that seriously. And then my life went to shit. And then to like not to trauma dump, but like just to make like just to like really get into it. My father at the same time, he found out that I was gay through a family friend.
It's always a family friend,
It's
right?
always a family friend, girl. Always. And it's always the bitch that talks too damn much. And her fucking husband is fucking her best friend. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we're not gonna
Mhm.
get into it, alright? So he ended up finding out, and then like I got like beat severely. Like
Uh-huh.
severely beat, bleeding on the floor. Like it was bad.
Okay.
Alright? And after that, like I kind of just like was like I was over I was already like going through something, and then that happened.
Mhm.
And then I kind of just gave up on drag. I kind of gave up on it. And girl, my parents don't even know I'm gay right now. They think I'm on my path to straightness.
Well, of course, look at you. You're a straight man.
Straight, straight yes. Absolutely. See, this is why you're gonna get your ass beat. This is why. This is why you're next in line. No. So,
Yeah.
and then 2020 hit, and it was end of July. I forgot the exact date. Is when Madee Lovegood was officially born. That's
Yeah.
when I was. I was like, you know what? I want to come back bearded as well because if I shave my beard, my parents are gonna be suspicious.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna keep my beard on and I'm gonna make it beautiful. And I feel like I became almost like a way for me to feel it was like therapeutic for me, but it was also almost like a love letter to my Middle Eastern siblings. Especially
Mhm.
like a lot of us like a lot of if you notice a lot of Middle Eastern drag queens, they have a beard.
They do.
Because they have to. Being a Middle Eastern man, why don't you have a beard? Where's your nah? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like where's your
Are you
beard?
saving it all the time when it
Yeah,
comes to?
right. Why are you shaving it? Why are you shaving it? Like, you know what I mean? I also have a fat double chin, so we need something to hide that too, bro. So,
If God gave me the gift to grow a beard, it's because I have a weak chin.
no, girl,
And
100%, girl. She doesn't. Nobody needs to see that. So that's honestly the tea. Like, so I came back in 2020, and then I honestly like worked so hard at first to like, especially during the COVID years. Like, I would make like videos from home. Like, remember
mm,
those like home videos that all the girls were making? Like, that's what I would do. Like, I was making like music videos and like trying to get my name out there. And then I would get hotels with my cousin. Shout out Cynthia, bruh, bruh. So me and my cousin, we would get hotels, and we used to go to those hotels because we also just wanted to get away from everyone, and we used to
mm,
just chill. And I used to get into drag there because I had nowhere else to get into drag. And
mm.
I used to get into drag there, and we used to go out in the village, and I used to go out and talk to people, and that's kind of when I got my name across. And then, so like I got nothing was given to me easily. Like I had no friends in the gay community. I knew
Yeah.
nothing about the gay community. I didn't even know. I knew nothing. I literally was like, you know what? I'm gonna do drag because I love it. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
out there and I'm gonna make this shit my bitch. And I did exactly that. And within 5 years, household gay name, bad
Household
bitch,
for sure.
household, bad bitch.
Terrorizing every brunch. Every brunch.
She is at every brunch.
Every brunch.
And not even just that, I'm at every brunch, but I'm also partying the night before.
It's
You know what I
no,
mean?
you're
Like, she's performing the night before till 2 in the morning. She's coming home, feeding her fucking rude cat. I'm watching you over there. And then she, you know what I mean? I just keep it going. And like, I have like such a strong work ethic. I love to work,
Mhm.
right? I just feel like I hate lazy people. I hate bitches
Hmm.
that don't like to work. I think it's just disgusting. And I feel like Kim Kardashian said it best. People don't want to work anymore.
So I feel like in that 5 year spans from 2020 to now, you definitely have like elevated for sure, not only your drag, but like the quality of your work and kind of the energy you put out into the world. And I feel like with that, what like would you recall as like the moment where you're like, I made it as Madee, I made it as a drag queen in the Toronto scene?
Getting to do like work with like so many people that I never thought I would work with before. Like,
Mhm.
for instance, like Ivory Towers. Like I remember, like even just working with her, which is just I know some people it was small, but for me when I was like really young and I was gay and I would like sneak into cruise and tangos because they weren't checking IDs correctly. Oops. I would literally go in there and I would watch like Ivory perform, and I remember the first time I saw Ivory perform, I genuinely thought it was Lady Gaga. I thought Lady Gaga she did a fucking pop up performance at Cruise and Tangos. And I was like, and I was no, I was literally crying my eyes out. And someone was like, "It's Ivory," and I was like, "Yeah, she's Ivory." And they're like, "No, like her name is Ivory." I thought she was calling. They were calling her white. I'm like, "Yeah, she's white and like it's Gaga. Like, shut up." And then I performed at Pride Toronto, which I thought was great. And it was only like my second year or something, like doing it. So I got my own show, which was like my own weekly show at the Drink, Maddie and her baddies, which is such a was such an era, such a moment.
Mhm.
And that happened right away. And then everybody would talk shit about me. I knew they were. Because like, oh, why does she get it? Why does she get it? And it's like, well, how about you learn how to host the way I do? You know what I mean? Like some girls like are fantastic performers, but I feel like in Toronto you need to be a good hostess. You need to know how to talk to people. You know, like it's not like that in a lot of places. A lot of places is like, oh, you just know how to perform. That's great, you know. But in Toronto, no, girl, you need to know how to talk.
And you know what? I think it's a quality that people have or don't. Like if you have the charisma and the energy to do what
Yeah,
you do, and even if you kind of learn to have that skill, it's not the same as someone who's just like born with it. And I feel like even from like this short conversation, like clearly you're overflowing with charisma
thank
and
you.
your cat, but mostly charisma.
Like just so he can get his moment. There you go. You had your moment. Okay, bye. So no, thank you. Like honestly, like yeah, the charisma is like an important part of it too. Like and like work ethic, like never late. Well, I was late today, but that's not my fault. Like never late, like being early, like showing up on time. Like what do they say? If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're fired. Also, what also made me realize like I was like an it girl, and like I was the girl I am who I am. Was like I went through like a really bad like drug problem at one point,
Fair.
right? And it was like because like I think I got like really roped into everything and kind of like forgot who I was in a weird way. And I just started doing like a lot of like cocaine, and I
Mhm.
started and like I kind of like forgot what I was doing. Like I was like doing 3 day vendors, and I was just and I was getting messy, and I just wasn't being like who I was, right? And that was like a big part of. And then I heard people like talk all these things that I heard about myself, and I'm like, oh, I really am that girl. You know what I mean? Like there was, you know, like when you hear rumors about yourself that
Mhm.
like
Yeah, for
you don't even like well, where did that come from? Like things that were not even real. Like you know what I mean? And then that's when you start realizing like, oh, I am in the public eye. So
yeah.
when I realized I was in the public eye, I was like, there's so many things I need to change. Right? I'm like, there's so many more things. It's more than just like, "Woo, let's party," which is like a part of the job, but a big part of the job is also like, woo, let's party, but let's make this bar some money. Let's make
Ex-
everybody here have a good time. Let's make everybody want to come back. Let's make everybody know who you are and want them to come to your shows and to do these things and like to support you and like and then I just kind of stopped doing drugs altogether. I mean, I'll still drink alcohol, but like whatever, that's just juice.
I think that's the magic to it as like a drag entertainer. You kind of have to come off as someone who's high energy at all times. So when you're kind of in that space, alcohol and substance abuse happens very, very easily.
So
And
easily.
the fact that we're a bunch of gay people, like gays and drugs, it's like just they're just so intertwined. Like
Girl, like especially being a drag queen, like girl, sometimes I would perform and the people that knew I was doing bumpianas would put a baggie of blow in a five and tip me with it.
wait, that's so
I
fierce.
mean, it's fierce.
That's fierce, but fuck,
But
that's
fuck.
fierce.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's fierce, but then eventually you start realizing a lot of people don't care about you. They just want to
yeah.
see how fucked up you can get because then you become part of the story. You become part of something that they can laugh about.
And I think also more than that, you kind of become a part of who they are. Like they don't want you to kind of leave that because they're so stuck there. Like maybe
Yeah.
they're having their own issues with substance
Oh,
abuse and stuff like that.
100%,
And
100%.
this is also your career, right? Like when you go out and you host and you dance and you party and you're performing, this is also your career.
This is my full-time job, exactly. Like this is literally what I do to make a living. And that's when I started realizing like who this girl was. You know what I mean? Like that's when I was like, okay, I need to take this seriously. And even now, like coming this August, it'll be 2 years that I'm sober.
Congrats.
like from like drugs. But actually, no. Okay, 2 reasons I'm sober from drugs. But I went to Ibiza this past summer, and baby, she took several pills in Ibiza.
If you
All
know,
right,
you know.
but like no. Listen, if you're gonna go to Ibiza, like girl, like if there's any time to relapse and just have fun for that one, because we only went for 24 hours. So I went and I like had the best time in Ibiza.
Well, we talked about kind of like your highlight moments. You said quickly that you performed at Toronto Pride, and I kind of want to talk about the Middle Eastern stage that you had last year, and I'm assuming you're also going to have this year as well at Pride. You kind of wanted to touch on that and how it felt to be someone being able to offer that to so many other young queer Middle Eastern people.
It was great. Like me and Anush Allah, shout out Anush, Armenian sister. Me and Anush, we it's a lot of fun. Like especially because like we get to give people like such a like a stage to do these things. Like especially like having like a Syrian khidga,
Mhm.
which is like for those watching our dance, like our traditional dance,
Yeah.
at the stage, and you guys ate it the fuck up, and it was so good. And you're not doing it again this year, so I'm sad about that. But maybe
Yeah, we
next
were talking
year.
about this year, but
Nah,
yes.
nah, nah, nah. Like, yeah. But it was great. Honestly, it's like really nice to like see everyone like come together and like celebrating like being queer in Middle Eastern is almost like an oxymoron. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So like putting it together and just being able to do it is so kind. It's so puss. I'm like, I love it. I love it.
I think more than anything, like what I kind of took away from that experience and like getting to perform with you and a bunch of other Assyrian people as well was like 5 years ago, like if this was like 2020, 2019, and you were to tell me that I was able to kind of merge my two identities so well together and kind of make them into this beautiful unity of an identity of being queer and Assyrian, I wouldn't believe you because like I just didn't feel like those opportunities existed. And now like only 5 years after, like maybe they always have existed, but I just didn't know they did. And then
Exactly.
now we have voices that are loud. We have so many events in Toronto that's just truly targeting the Arab community who also happens to be queer. And like those are spaces that like we should cherish and protect and low key gatekeep. Like we need to gatekeep
Fully. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's true. Like and then like people forget like how like crazy it is, you know, that we're even able to do what we do. Like kind of cut. Also, I know this is a little off topic, but like on topic, it's like people always ask me, "Oh my God, Maddie, do you want to do a drag race? Do you want to do drag race?" And it's like, yeah, I do want to do drag race, but not because I think drag race, girl, I can't even fucking speak, but not because I think drag race is gonna make me successful. Baby, I already am successful. You know what I mean? It's like, and let's be real, like Canada's drag race, like the girls like they get on, like you don't really get like a huge platform. You don't really get much things out of it. If you get on RuPaul's Drag Race, yes, hundred
Yeah.
percent things do come out of it, but like we don't really get you don't really get much out of it, and then you become a local girl again, which is great because drag survives off of local queens, right?
Totally agree.
So for me, it's like I don't want to get on it to become successful. I already am successful. I don't want to get on it to become famous. Already like famous, you know. I want to get on it for like just imagine this, Yousif. Imagine being a little gay boy, okay? And there's an Assyrian drag queen on stage. Like not on
Yeah.
stage, sorry, on TV. Like, wouldn't that just change your life? Like your little
Yeah.
queer life, you'd be like, oh my god, I exist. You know what I mean? I want to do it just to show. Like, first of all, we don't even have an Assyrian queer community. You
No.
know what I mean? We don't even have that many Assyrian people left in the world. What do we have? 6 million of us?
Yeah. If
6 million of us out of 7 billion, 8 billion people, right? And there's like, let's be real, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just like to show the world we exist. We're still here, and a lot of us are fucking queer, girl.
a lot of us too. And also like I think it would just be so beautiful to see our culture and our like traditional clothing and our dances depicted through a queer person's
Yeah, girl.
perspective.
You think I'm not gonna come out and do a whole like Ishtar moment, like the wings and like everything, like golden goddess, like ooh, like you know what I mean? Like
Mhm. I feel like even like with the whole thing about like being on Canada's Drag Race, I think a lot of people maybe go on there for that launch pad, but you've created a whole like launch trampoline already for yourself.
yeah, and
You
like I
already
don't
have
really,
this name here.
but also like listen, like if and a lot of girls, let me tell you something. A lot of girls do drag to get on Drag Race, and
Mm.
that is so embarrassing. Like if you do drag strictly to get on a TV show, you do drag for all the wrong reasons, and you need to reevaluate your life.
I would agree. I mean, I'm not a drag queen, but Madee Lovegood is my friend and she's a drag queen. So
Period.
that makes my opinions
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, on the topic of all of these busted queens, um, I love Drag Race. I'm a Drag Race junkie. I live, die, breathe Drag Race. It's my Olympics, baby. And I have Miss Madee Lovegood in front of me. I have to ask your opinions about some of the most beloved queens, some of the most hated queens, and also the current season that's airing right now with our lovely top four. Maybe we can start there, actually. Um, who are you rooting for?
Audio Nerve. If
Mm,
Audio Nerve does not win, I'm over. Let's be real, girl. The show's already like, listen, we love the show, but it's
love
slightly running stale sometimes. Love it though, but like, on your nerve, I need on your nerve. Like,
it.
I think she's great. She's fantastic. She was the best. She's been the best this whole season.
She walked to that workroom. I was like, okay, maybe she's gonna be an early out. Come like episode 3, mopping the floor with everyone.
Yeah, girl. Even her song, like right foot in, out, left foot in, out. Like, I need it. Like,
But
it's
no, like I
cute.
that's what makes me walk in the morning.
No, literally, right foot in, out. 100%, 100%.
I was so gagged when Arietti stole those damn jokes.
You know what though? She's rotted. Like, she's unoriginal. She has no shade towards her, but like shade towards her. It's like, to me, the way I see it is like, you're a fashion designer
Hmm. And you have money.
and you have money clearly, right? But okay, granted, those jokes were not funny at all. But like, maybe Jules would have like had the inflection to make them funny.
Yeah, and also I think like being thrown off like that, like when someone steals your jokes and you don't even know what to expect and you're right up after, I would definitely be thrown off. But I think that's
Yeah.
also why I particularly love Anya so much because like her drag is so like authentically her, and like maybe her runways aren't the best, but I'd rather someone have like charisma pouring out of their ear holes than just
But
like
like,
a pretty concept
yeah,
look.
because
Yeah,
then like if I wanted to see a fashion show, I would go to a fashion show. I want to see drag,
literally.
you know?
If you could pick one drag queen to like co-headline a performance with or do a number with, who
And
would
like
you
the
pick?
whole world.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Whole world.
Well, besides RuPaul, right? Like, definitely RuPaul. But
She's gonna be looking at you like this the entire time. She can't even look you in the
yeah,
eyes.
no, no, she was like, who is that? Um, uh, hard question. I would say probably Alaska Thunderfuck. I
Love.
love Alaska. I love that she's self-referential. I love that she's
Mm,
like a really smart queen. And I love like her kind of drag where it's just like a little, it's like elevated hodgepodge.
mhm.
And it's like the most pussiest thing you can be, I feel. And I feel like
And
she is drag. Yeah.
she is also she's like a queen who's been able to like reinvent herself, but also stay true to who she is at the core. Like I
Yeah.
think Alaska is on All Stars winners too. I think it would be between her or Bob for the crown. Because Bob is my like number one all-time favorite.
Yeah.
That bitch is so funny. She cuts it up every time. I was watching her on the Traders, this one reality competition show,
I
and
love
she was
Traders.
you like Traders?
I love Traders, yeah. She was awful on Traders though.
But her mom had just passed away moments before filming.
That's hard,
Um,
yeah.
and then, but when she went, your drag queen name would be Misguided.
Misguided.
I was
No,
like,
my favorite is when what's her name? I grew up with an actor, not a good one. I was like, okay,
like
okay.
Zac Efron for people who don't know.
Yeah, like, oh yeah. Like,
And then
girl, it's
July
Zac Efron.
10th, that was rude. Girl, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Uh,
It's drag.
what do you think about you know how like back in the day, drag queens could be actual absolute cunts, and that's how it was supposed to be. And I feel like now with the internet and kind of fans being so intense, anyone who's kind of deemed a villain gets so much hate or cancel. So I'm kind of going to give you like 3 queens who I feel have kind of brought the modern day villain. And I either want you to give me your favorite or maybe give me like a little ranking.
Okay.
Um, so I have Mistress Isabel Brooks,
Love, love, love. That's a baddie.
Plain Jane, and then
No.
Candy Muse.
Okay. Okay. Love all three. And actually, no. I hate Plain Jane, and not because she's Caucasian, but Plain Jane is inauthentically mean. Like, you can tell she's like trying to play up this like
Mm.
I mean vibe, right? And it's just like, you're boring. And I also find that like her being cunty and mean towards a mandatory meeting was just like uncalled for. There's a
It
difference
was
between being You know what I mean? There's a difference between being a villain and being cunty and just being a straight up bully,
Yeah, I agree.
right? Candy Muse, it's so funny because a lot of people call me literally the Candy Muse of Toronto. So, and it, sure, Candy Muse I love, and I don't see the villain at all. Like what? Because Tamisha and like I don't get why they called her a villain. I think she's just authentic, but I think a lot of times like queens like us because we're so real and we're
Mhm.
we're, we're so outspoken that we're villainized a lot
I think
because
Candy Muse, yeah, the only villain Candy Muse really is to is probably the English language. Um,
yeah.
you can't understand the bitch, but
No, I
that's
can't
why I
understand anything she's saying. No. So like what I was gonna you ate that. But my thing is like what I was saying was like Candy Muse to me is like a lot of these girls like they're just authentic. Well, not plain. That's the difference, right? They're authentically themselves, and a lot of times like people, us girls, like girls of color, they want us to be very meek, very like. I'm here to do my job. I'm a good girl, right? But when you're outspoken, you're like la 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 la. Oh, she's loud. Oh, she's ghetto.
she's
Oh, she's
arrogant.
yeah, she's arrogant. And it's like, girl, where is that coming from? But because when a white bitch acts exactly the same way I do, she's seen as cunty.
Right.
You
No,
know?
I fully understand your perspective. And I think the point of like, why are you like digging on a mandatory meeting so hard
For no
is so
reason.
because Mistress, who honestly I would say is my favorite from those three as well,
Love.
love
But
Mistress.
now Mistress is skinny, I don't like her anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, girl, like, I get it. But it's like, I think what made me really like her is that she's this big old fat bitch and she just didn't give a fuck. You
And she
know?
was big, but she was polished. She had good drag. It was elevated. And I
So
think
good.
some people don't fully understand. I like imagine what it takes to be a polished drag queen, and then imagine being a bigger drag queen. You
Yeah.
need more. Like, you need more to be considered equal to your like little twinkish queen.
Yeah. And on top of it, like, fat phobia is rampant, girl.
Yeah,
Like, people are fat phobic and they don't even know they are. You know what I mean? That's why two out of the three girls you just listed to me are big girls. Okay?
literally.
So, you know what I mean? Like, people want to hate on them because they are not like everyone else. Right? And it's funny because those two big girls you named are the only ones that I feel like are authentically like that. Whereas Plain Jane, it doesn't give that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care for Plain Jane. I feel like she crosses the line and goes into bullying. Like Mistress is so cunty to tell a girl, how are you gonna block your brows? How are you gonna block your brows and draw them back on the same place they, like, you know what I mean, where they are? That's cunty.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I
also
mean?
Mistress is also so motherly. Like she's also still fairly young. Like she's like not that old, but she has
She's
this like
younger than me.
well, you're not that old either. But she
Exactly.
you're welcome. She has this motherly quality about her, and I feel like a lot of drag queens do and like inhabit that like maternal feeling because like you're this like big glamorous woman that like all these little gay boys flock to.
Yeah.
Like Mistress, like with Sugar and Spice, was just like taking them in. At first, she dragged them and then clucked them, and then she was like, "Come on in, now I'll take care of
But
you."
I love that girl. You know what I mean? That's the thing with Plain Jane. It's like if you're gonna go in on a mandatory meeting, how about you help her? If you're gonna be a bitch, how about help her a little bit as well? You know what I mean? Like, listen, I love being shady, I love being cunty, but there's like limits to everything I find, and I just don't, I just didn't care. So I'm gonna rate, if I had to rate them, I'm gonna put, I'm gonna put Candy Muse first, just because like, I see
Okay,
myself in her.
this Mistress got skinny.
Yeah, and Mistress got skinny, so she lost weight and she lost the fucking yeah. So I'm gonna go Candy Muse, Mistress, and then hundredth would be Plain Jane. I wouldn't even put her on the top three.
Okay, now my other question, because I just need to know for my own safety and my own peace of mind. Top season of Drag Race. You can include All Stars as
All
well.
Stars too.
Thank you. There is correct answer, and that
Yeah,
is
that's the other. That's the.
it
That is the best season of Drag Race. I don't think we'll ever get to anything like that ever again.
was the epitome of camp.
The best. Like we will never get to that level.
Alyssa Edwards looking back at everybody after she just got eliminated. Yeah, with that face. Are you kidding me? Look at that face. Someone needs to zoom in right now. Yes, Alyssa. Thank
Yeah,
you.
girl. No, it was.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like she really. Yeah, it was. That was the greatest season. I can't even. But I also have a very soft spot towards season five because that was the first season of Drag Race I watched. But like even now, like what? Why are we not doing live finales? That was the most exciting part. Like what? Like I would look forward to that.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that?
What confused me the most was when you had All Star 7, the all winners, Jinx Monsoon, Shea Coulee, Monet Exchange, She Devil. So many so
Ate her up.
so many queens. And then you film it on the main stage, not at the live thing. Like, these are all your
Yeah. Doesn't make
moments to go down.
sense.
And I think for the last kind of questions and topics on this specific segment, from your local scene, who kind of is your go-to girl? Who do you rely on for like my heel this, my heel that? I need a new liner. I need a new earring. This
Uh,
just happened. Who's your
so
girl?
my best friend in the local scene is Sanjana the Bush Queen from Canada's Drag Race season 5. She was a lovely eighth alternate. We love her ever so dearly. No, I rely on her for companionship, love,
Wonderful.
friendship. As well as Messy Margaret. Like I love that bitch too. If you don't know Messy Margaret, she is the camp queen of Toronto. She's like British drag, like UK drag in Toronto. Like she's very pantomime, very like kooky,
Okay.
and like we don't get that in Toronto because everybody here wants to be puss, 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 right? And I like seeing different kinds of drag, which I think is my problem with Canada's Drag Race as well because I feel like everybody's just like they're all like cookie cutter drag queens.
Yes.
And like it kind of just ruins the fun of the show. Like the whole point is having a bunch of different girls and putting them all in one thing and then seeing how they would interact. But
It's like
I digress.
I'm gonna eat. Mama Ru, give me that crown.
Crown.
That
Yeah.
girl, give me that bitch. You can't fuck with me. Goodbye. Like, no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't want to
Eh,
hear that.
You're a bitch. I'll put you in a ditch. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just like, like, but like, it is what it is. So I would say, but like, I feel like, but like, that's why like Messy Margaret, Sanjina,
Yes.
like those are like I my best besties. Love them so much.
But yeah, love talking about drag. I think that's kind of all of my questions about drag race and drag. Okay, actually, last one. If you could see anyone live, who would you go see from like the franchise? Who would you
Bianca
want to
Del Rio.
see?
Yeah.
See, she's a very good host too.
That's what I like. I like
Yeah.
and I love like I like a drag queen who doesn't feel like she needs to do splits and kicks to make a statement.
Mhm.
And that's very much me.
I put on my straight cousin onto Drag Race, and the first few episodes, she was like, "Oh, look at that split! Look at that kick!" By the third season, she was like, "Of course she's gonna do a split
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have."
yeah, 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 yeah.
She
Eventually,
got
like,
so
eventually, you're
mad.
like, I'm over it. Like,
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, just one split and one dip, and now she gets to stay over the other girl." I'm like, "Mimi." Of course, her name is Mimi, by the
of
way.
course, her name is Mimi, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out Mimi, but Mimi, you need to relax.
no, but like, I get it. It's true though. Like, cause like, it becomes such a crutch, right?
Yes.
And then it's like but real lovers of drag, real people that enjoy and love drag, we're like,
Mhm.
girl, you're doing too much. Like, just emote the song. Give me emotion. Give me the
Have
song.
the performance of Natural Woman with Latrice and that one girl who was flipping and kicking.
Little Kenya Michaels.
Yeah, yeah. Latrice is standing there, like holding her belly, making you feel like this huge black man is a woman who's pregnant
Hmm.
and about to deliver a baby, and it was just so emotional. And that's like one of my favorite drag lip syncs ever.
But that's what I'm saying. See that's drag.
Yeah.
Like that's the master class at drag.
Um. I just I could talk about Drag Race literally like for hours and hours. I wish I could go back to the time where I'd never seen a season and kind of get to rewatch them all for the first time because I will forever be gagged at like just certain moments, like the Sorry Not Sorry lip sync, Shut Up and Drive lip sync. Um,
Valentina, I'd like to keep it on, please. We all remember where we were.
Girl, I was in the closet. That's where I was.
Were you?
I was in the closet.
You?
Yes, I know. Listen, even
Yeah.
even when I was in the closet, it was a shiny little see-through box, and
Mama.
it was like a light off pink color.
Yeah,
Um,
girl.
I
Like,
was never able to give like straight ever, but no one would ever question it because denial is a river in Egypt. Your
mama,
husband,
I got questioned daily, girl. It
really?
was, girl, she can't hide it, girl.
Well, on that topic, then, I'm really like I think one of the big conversations that I'm really excited to have with you is kind of our shared identity in being Assyrian and in being gay. And if you kind of wanted to tell our viewers, because not a lot of people know what we are and who we are and where we came from, a little explanation, if you feel comfortable, about Assyrian culture and what it means to be Assyrian and that identity as well.
So, Assyrian people, we are, um, people say that this might be like the wrong term to use specifically for this, but we are what is what it is. Like we are indigenous to the Middle East,
Period. That's the
right?
most correct.
That is the
Yes.
most correct way to say. But some people are like maybe like, but it's like no, but we are like that is we are indigenous to the Middle East.
Yeah.
We are from modern day like Iraq, but isn't it like
Period.
a bunch of places like Iraq, Turkey, Russia?
I don't know about Russia, girl, but I
No,
know
I'm
like
telling
you're
you, girl, I'll search it up. Russia too.
Russia.
She in there.
Why Jay's
But
Assyrian?
that's
That's
why that's why some Assyrians have blue eyes.
that's true.
Right? Well, that's also because like a lot of them like did a lot with like English people.
Oh, and that me thinking incest.
Incest would give you blue eyes, actually. You know,
Oh my
well, you know, and like you all know about the Chaldeans loving them.
wow.
You're not Chaldean, right?
No.
Period.
Hell
So,
no, bro.
no offense to the Chaldeans, girl. Shout out to you. Love
Love
you. We're
Chaldeans.
all the same. We're all the
This is
same.
why Assyrians get nowhere because we're beefing with with ourselves.
Literally, girl, and we have an Assyrian group chat, and like once a fucking week, I will send Chaldean hatred to the group chat and
It's
ask for once a week. Why? Nobody knows because I love. I actually do love Chaldeans. We're all the same. But anyways,
I think what's more interesting to me as well is how your identity intersects between that Assyrian pipeline and that little gay bottom pipeline.
got
That,
me.
but how has being Assyrian like been hard for you as Madee, and also like how have you now been able to merge your queerness with your culture or with traditions? Like, has that been a possibility for you?
So being Assyrian has been hard for Maddie because like when I started doing drag and I was living with my parents, I just moved out like last year. Keep in mind, I've been
Congrats.
doing drag since like thank you since like 2020. Um, I had to like hide all my stuff at other people's places because
Yeah.
my mom is a snoopy little bitch and she would definitely go into my closet and be like, "What's in here?" You know, like so I would have to hide all my stuff in people's places, and then if I knew what I was gonna wear for that like month or something, like or like I would put it in a bag, and then like I would like hide it, and then I had like some wig stored at the top, and like I would have to go to the gig and get ready in the bathroom
Wow.
before the show started or whatever. And people would come in all the time, like, "Oh my, you get ready in the bathroom." I'm like, "Yeah."
But that just kind of
Like
goes back to your dedication and your work ethic. You have to do
exactly.
what you have to do to get on that stage.
You
And
get
if
on the
that means
stage.
bathroom,
But
you fucking do it.
exactly, right? It's like I don't and that's another thing. It's like I'm not doing this to be famous or anything like that. I'm doing this because like it means a lot to me. I love it. And it's a very important thing to me, right? So so that was really hard for me because being a Syrian, you can't be gay in a Syrian.
No.
You just can't. Like
And how,
unfortunately, that's how
how is
life.
that like for you then? You're like, how is your family life? You mentioned that your family life doesn't know about Madee. Did they know that like Matthew was gay, or did they know nothing at all?
My government name on national television is crazy. Um no no you can throw it in there. I don't care. Um no, so like that was it. Like they still don't know they have a gay son. Really, like well, everyone else. Like all my cousins know about Maddie and everybody like that. Like, I'm pretty sure even my fucking brother knows. Like my brother's like 10 years younger than me, and I love him. He's like the sweetest thing. But even my family, like I love them too. Like and people are like, oh my god, how? I'm like, cause they're my like I love them. It's not their fault that this is how they were raised and this is what they know. You know what I mean? Like some people like they just know a certain thing, and it's like, I know I don't have to ever tell them anything, right? Like ignorance is bliss.
And
Like
our parents take that to the mountain and they
yeah,
stay there.
yeah,
Like literally, probably like I swear, there's been so many moments where I'm like, I'm clearly gay as fuck, mom, and
yeah.
it's just like they just don't look at it and they don't want to think about it.
Do your parents know you're gay?
My parents do, and it's kind of similar to what you were saying about some nosy, old, dried up bitch with a husband who doesn't love her, run
Always.
around telling people's business. And it got to my parents again, super long story, but truly for about almost a year, I wasn't talking to my parents at all. Besides maybe just on technicalities. Can you do this? Can you do that for me? But no relationship. And then I now have a good relationship with them. And like something I always tell everybody is that truly time is the most important thing, because I always think back to when I first realized I was gay, and even in myself and within myself, I didn't believe it at first. I hated it at first, and there was a journey to acceptance. And I truly believe that like that same journey exists in my parents in terms of them coming to terms with it, because at first they were like disgusted by the fact that I was gay. Then they didn't believe it. Then they shunned me out. And now we're at a place where I can bring my gay friends to my mom and we can kiki. And
That's crazy. My
my
parents would
mom,
never.
my mom cuts it up with me and she's like, "Ushmelech mo diya, brata." No, no, no. "Ushmelech mo diya,
Oh
brata."
no, but the gag is like that's what me and my mom do all the time.
Really?
Like we still do
Like,
like girl, my mom would be like, I'm like, yeah, girl's pussy. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I think it's funny because our moms don't know that they actually really love having a gay son
they love
because
it.
they love every
They
part
don't
of it.
even know that they do, but they love it.
Yeah.
Especially because my mom has no daughters. And
Well,
and they've always given me like the daughter role, even with my brother. And like since I was
fair.
a kid, like I've always been the daughter without them even realizing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, am I trans? Like, imagine. Wait, the whole thing takes a turn. Hold up, no, but like, I'm coming out on a podcast. Like, no, but like, yeah, like being gay in a Syrian just doesn't work,
Not for the
and
faint
that's
of heart.
fine. Ignorance is bliss. You know what I mean? Like, if it make I have the best relationship with my parents ever since, especially when I moved out. The best relationship with my parents. Like, I love them. I love going to see them once a week. Like, I love going to eat like food and like once a week, girl. That's sometimes once every 2 weeks because like,
It's what you need, to be honest.
yeah, like I
Families
really
are so
enjoy it.
important. And I think that's what will help you also, like having that space from your parents to then be like, okay, now I'm going to enter your space, and knowing that if any moment I get icked out or slightly bothered, I have the authority now within myself because I'm successful to leave your space and go into my own.
Yeah,
Um, but in terms of your feminine inspirations, I know like growing up, I would look at my mom and think she was like the epitome of feminineness, like the long curly hair that's dark and just like the jewelry she would wear. And I would just be like in awe of the red lipstick and the
yeah.
hair and, the high heels. For Madee, did you have like a inspiration of femininity that was rooted in like a woman that in your childhood? Was it like an aunt or a mother or a friend or something like that?
So like growing up, like my mother was definitely like very glamorous, but then not like a Syrian glamour, because like you know how Syrian glamour is tacky. But my mom was very glamorous. Like she would always wear like for weddings, she would wear like a beautiful like crystals dress, like
Mm,
tightly put on her body with like ostrich feathers. Like and she was always that woman. And I remember like, but I used to like help her out. Like I used to
mm.
be like, oh, let's get this done. Let's put this. Wear these heels, not these heels. Like you know what I mean. Wear these earrings, not these earrings. Like like do this and that. Put your hair like this with a little bit of that. Like you know what I mean. Like so it was very much like that with each other, and we just loved like, and like me and my mom used to watch we used to watch like fashion shows on TV, because I don't know if you
Wow.
remember like those old Arab channels. Like oh
Mhm.
I am a little bit older than you. Arab channels, and they used to have like fashion runways. I mean, her
Yeah.
used to watch them. We used to say ew 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 yes no ew, right? So we would, that was just our thing, and like we would do things like that. But I also like love like Disney princesses, and I used to love drawing like princesses and stuff like that. So like there was always that femininity and like the inside of me, and like like I don't think I based Maddie off of anyone. Like she's very much her own person, but she was always there and she was always ready to grow. You know what I mean? Like and my mom like definitely helped me because she was very like glamour.
Maybe then, like, kind of Maddie is her own person, but she was built on that journey of like you watching those fashion shows with your mom, you being
Yeah,
your personal Law Roach stylist for your mother,
no,
um,
fully.
buying those Disney princess dresses has all kind of had that greater purpose of creating this persona that's been inside of you this entire time.
100%. 100%. And like
Love that.
even like me, like I came out when I was 12 years old.
Mm.
Yeah, girl. Like
You you
I
knew.
came out at 12 years old. I came and you know how I did it too? Wait, it's so funny. So I literally, it was in grade 8, okay? So it was in grade 8, and then I went up in front of the whole class and I was like, guys, I have something to tell you. And then they're like, what? I'm gay.
Did you actually?
Swear to God. And then everybody went, okay.
Next.
And then my
Yeah.
and then my dude, all right, Matthew, sit down. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and I was like, I just came out, right? And then that was it. And then grade 9 came. I was like super faggy, like super like flamboyant. I would wear like I was in cheerleading, girl. I was also
Gee.
I was the leader of the drama committee. My locker was pink. I went to Catholic school, by the way.
Same, same,
right?
same.
So
Oh
like my
wow.
locker was like pink on the inside, and like when you opened it, I had like a little a pink chandelier that when you opened it, the light would turn on. Like
Oh God.
I was just like that, like super gay. Like and then when it was like time when it was a dress down day, I would wear like a pink juicy tracksuit.
Shut
And
up.
like my snob lipstick, which if you remember snob, it was the Nicki Minaj color, the old thing, the her bright pink.
Right
Like that
thing.
was me, girl. Like you know what I mean. And then I actually did the opposite because in grade 9 I was like, maybe I'm bi. Like you know how usually people come out bi and then they come out gay. No, I came out gay, and then I came out bi in grade 9, and then I came back to, and then I'm like, no, I'm definitely gay. Like you know what I mean. Like I hooked up with this one girl. It was crazy. Ooh. Um.
You are not a platinum star?
Like
That
not really no. Like I didn't like ew, I did not put I never used my like Vivian Panay. Um I just was like I just like I think I like fingered her. So my thing is like I just couldn't hold her in. You know what I mean? Like and then that was it. Like I was just always like super like yeah, like it was just part of who I am. And then Maddie was easy. Oh, I did drag for the first time in high school. That's what it was going with. Regina George. I was in grade 10 or 11. I actually have a picture somewhere. And it's me in like my bunny ears and and a blonde bust down going like this.
damn.
Yeah.
That was Maddie like trying to be like, girl, let me out of here.
And
Let me out.
fully that was her. That was her.
I guess on that topic as well, and Maddie is very charismatic. Maddie is very, she has to be, right? She's a performer, she's an entertainer. And my question then is kind of, who's Matthew? Is Matthew more calm? Is Matthew more quiet? When Maddie isn't on, is Matthew tired? Does he just want to stay home? Or are they more similar? Like, do you get burnt out from Maddie and then that's when you kind of are happy that Matthew still exists? Or like, what's the
Yeah.
vibe?
So no, like Matthew is more like chill. Like I'm more low key. Like I just want to hang out. Like I'm not like like Maddie's very like, oh my god, hi everybody, how are you doing? Period. Batty. Whereas Matthew's like the same way, but like more low key.
Yeah.
More low key
And
for sure.
do you ever feel burnt out, like having to be that over the top charismatic person, like
Yeah. It's
especially in social gatherings and things like that?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because like, and that's like, that's what sucks sometimes is like when I'm like not working, I'm like, I just don't want to see anyone,
Fair.
right? Because I see everyone all the time, like, consistent. That's all I do. Like, I feel like I'm just seeing people. So like when I'm not working, like, I just want to chill. I just like want to lay in bed, or I want to chill on my couch and like eat my feelings, or like you know what I mean, like very much that vibe. Like, so yeah, it is definitely like I do feel burnt out a lot. Like even like this week, for instance, like I had a show Thursday night, and then I had a show Friday night. I did shout out Shook Shook. I did show Friday night, and then I didn't come home until didn't finish until like whatever. Came home, went to bed at 4:30 in the morning. Had a brunch Saturday morning, and then I had a show that night too, and then another show right after that show, so three, and then I had a brunch the next day, and then I'm doing this today.
So it's just been gig after gig after gig
Yeah,
after
like literally like nonstop, 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 and
and
it's
that
like
is a blessing, but it's also something I would definitely understand complaining about because Jesus Christ.
I love it though. Like I love it. I'm very thankful and very lucky and very happy to have all the opportunities that the universe has granted me for sure. However, it's more sometimes I'm like I just do too much because like growing up poor really really like fucks you up,
Yeah, definitely.
and then you always feel like I'm not gonna have zuze. I'm not gonna have money.
And also our culture is so like our parents also put that pressure on us. And if you're the older sibling, I felt like that pressure probably would have also been
The
on.
worst. Yeah.
It's even if they do have money, we're made to feel as if we don't, and then like I feel like we definitely carry that out in our own like youth and our own adulthood as well. But don't forget to like give yourself a break when you need it, and I feel like that's why it's so important. And I love that you have like a distinct like this is Maddie time, this is me time, because if you don't, then you're gonna like lose yourself, and you don't want to get back into that era of like not knowing your purpose and like kind of what you want to do in a clear headed
Yeah,
reason.
like I'm off this week. I'm off Tuesday. Well, because also Adonis is getting neutered tomorrow, so I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Which like, wait, no, I'm not off Friday. Let's be real. I'm off Tuesday. Yeah, I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is like nice.
Yes.
So I
You'll
usually
have
do
your
that.
back, but your back will be getting blown all of those days consecutively.
100%. Actually, not even. And that's another thing too. I have a really low libido.
Really?
Yeah, like even right now, I told you guys I'm gonna get a dick after I'm not. Like I'm definitely not. No. Like
So, and what does sex look like for Maddie? Like, do you have sex in drag? Do you have
I'll suck dick and drag.
tea?
I can't really have sex. I'm patted down, boots, right?
Never
And like,
your body?
huh?
That's not
No, it is. Um, like yeah, like I don't really like. I'll suck dick and drag, no problem. I don't really like. I don't. My libido's not that like. It really isn't that high. Like it's really not. But like I love getting my back blown by twinks.
really
Yeah, twinks or like hairy man.
tea,
No
girl.
one that like yeah. Duality of a woman. You know what I mean? Like either a twink or a hairy man.
And I feel like also twinks would love like this tall. Are you hairy?
No,
This tall Assyrian.
yeah, I know it's.
Ah,
I have a fat ass, right? And then and there's just like it's very much like Chihuahua fucking a pit bull. You know,
mhm.
kind
There's
of hot.
it's a pipeline.
Yeah,
Tiny, tiny top, tall, huge bottom.
it's hot.
Yeah,
It's
I
hot.
I'd watch that porn.
I'm telling you, like it's
I'd
hot.
watch it.
Yeah,
Um, well, when you like, have you ever been in a relationship where Maddie has existed, like
I've
since
never been in a relationship ever.
at all? Is
Mm-mm.
that just because of like commitment issues? What's the kind of
So like the tea. Ooh. So like a really sad story to make it like short and like not too like because then I'm gonna spiral thinking about it. Um, I was like really in love with someone in like high school, and like I fell in love with him in like grade 9. The moment I saw him, I'm like, oh, he's gonna be the one. Fell in love with him, and he was straight, and like, but like straight, but we never really straight, but we never really did anything like crazy like that. But like everybody knew we were like a thing, and like, and it happened girl, it lasted like over 10 years, but we never did anything. But it was just very much like it was like a lot of love there. It was like really weird, but like we were like it was like honestly the most weirdest relationship I can ever describe. And then near the end, like he kind of like blew up and like kind of went a little crazy. And then he just basically told me how he in the end what I always wanted to hear from him was that he loved me. And he basically told me he's like he told me he was in love with me. He's like, but I can never be with you. He was like, I can never be with you. He's like, because one day I'm gonna kill myself. Girl, it was the saddest thing ever. Like, and it was like I finally got to hear what I wanted to hear, and none of it mattered.
is he still alive today or no?
I don't know. Like
Oh,
he
he's
like
not.
after that, like he completely like he has like no socials. He like that was the last time like it was done. Like it was the end of everything. Like he did literally all socials. I don't even know anything about him. Like I think I saw him like 2 years after that or something. And then I messaged him at some point because I was like sad. And then like I haven't spoken to him in, like I don't know, like 5 years maybe. So like
That
that really traumatized me.
fair. No, I mean that sounds very intense. I think something of that length and like not feeling like you're enough, but then being told you are, but it's because of me and all of these other things. It makes it hard to put yourself out there.
I don't know. It kind of just like ruined a lot. It really did. And it just made me like stop trying, and and I have such a specific taste in men too. And he checked off all those boxes, and I feel like find myself comparing them or like to how much I loved him and what we had, and like nothing's ever felt like that or anything like
No.
that. So to me, it's just like I don't really like do dates. I don't really. I'm also like as outgoing and as like I'm actually very shy when it comes to like a guy that I'm interested in. Like I can't do anything. Like I literally like become reclusive and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so like I like a I like a kind of man who like knows what he wants and comes out and gets it. Yeah, I'm also like not really interested in like having like casual sex or anything like that.
You spoke about how the last guy kind of checked all those boxes for you, but what are those boxes exactly? Like, what do you look for?
Masculine, like like I'm very outgoing and I'm very extroverted. I feel like I'm more of into like an introverted kind of person a little bit. Yeah, definitely a little bit more of an introvert. I like someone who likes to just like sit at home and just chill. Stereotypical like masculine man, like who like
Love Assyrian or no?
huh? I would love an Assyrian man.
Same man,
Oh
like
my
you
god,
said.
that would be like the dream.
Right?
Like or like someone that would want to build me a house. Do you know what I mean? Like very
Like the
much,
window's broken. How do you fix
yeah. Or like, oh my god, I really want this thing, and like, oh my god, it's delivered to my door.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just very much like, I guess like that's a very stereotypical Middle Eastern relationship between like
Does that kind of mean then like one of your love languages that you kind of feel most appreciated in would be like acts of service, like no matter how big or small, like would that kind of mean
acts
a
of
lot to you
service is like definitely, but like for me, it's quality time,
all the time?
but acts of service is huge. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care for gifts. I know I said I mentioned gifts. I don't care for gifts,
Yeah,
but acts of service are huge. Like if it's like if I'm like, oh, I really need to go to this place tomorrow, and he's like, oh, I'll pick you up and I'll take you. To
right.
me, that's like loves
I
me, you know.
said,
Or like we're like in a drive through, and I'm like, I'm gonna pay, and he like hits me a little. I was like, how could you? You know what I mean? Like he's like, I pay, you know. Like I'm like very
I
into that. You know what I mean? Like
love
that's
your
just
man voice.
kind of the vibe I'm feeling. Like that's definitely the yeah.
Well, would you wanna like say like let's look in the future, 10 years from now, maybe in your 30s, 40s, would you do you see yourself being a person who has settled down, a person who is married? Like is that the life that you kind of see for you?
I've always seen that for myself, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
But you see it for yourself. So if you see it for yourself, don't say it's not gonna
No, I
happen.
don't think
Don't
it'll
put
ever happen though.
really?
Yeah, I think you're still young, and then like you're still young and like hopeful, and like I'm not trying to be like negative or anything. It's just like I just don't really see it happening. Like I don't really like not for like I don't I just don't like. First of all, the gay dating pool awful. Second of all, like
Yeah.
I'm not even interested in gay men.
So there is the problem.
Like I'm not like I'm interested in like I guess like straight men. Am I trans? like like girl, we got a lot to unpack here. But like no, but like full T, like no, like it's more of the fact it's like I'm just like I don't know, I'm like very specific. I don't know.
I'm not letting you be alone when you're 50 and you need to go to the dollar store to get some gum. Someone needs to drive you there.
Instacart exists.
And no, we need to find you a man. You are a catch, Maddie. And I think for the potential men out there who are watching who find Maddie sexy, hot, charming, incredible,
I'm also
um,
handsome out of drag, just saying. Anyway.
I bet you are. But I guess with that, are when someone dates you, are they dating Matthew? Do they have to fall in love with Matthew? Do they have to fall in love with Maddie?
Maddie is definitely like like you have to fall in love with her because she is a big part of my life, right? Like, but like that's not who you're dating, right? That's like that's just the persona. That's just my career. That's my job. That's not who I really am. It would be nice to like have you carry my suitcase or something like that. You know? Yeah, like but like it's definitely not like you have to love both, right? You have to love both because like they are I guess like there's not one without the other. Like but then again like Matthew's always going to be there as Maddie probably won't be.
Yeah. But I think the nice thing about you kind of having Maddie is you can rule out anyone who has any like internalized homophobia, anything like that, because you have such a
But they're my favorite.
Maddie, di ba kinaka?
Oh my god, but they're my favorite.
You know, role play it then, girl. Role play a little homophobia in the bedroom.
It's kind of hot.
No, I'm not against it.
You know what I mean? Like, I come on, Britley.
Hey, oh,
Yeah.
chichirang raya.
Oh, chichimraya.
But it's nice that you have that, and I think it would be beautiful to have someone who is super like masculine in appearance, but like loves Maddie and like loves helping you pick up outfits and pick up hair and like kind of be that person that you were for the person for you. Um, that would be very, very wholesome and very cute. And I don't think it's impossible. I really don't. I think it's so possible. I think you want that masculine energy that's like the person who is going to hold the car door open for you, the person who
100%.
is going to make sure to have an umbrella before you walk in the rain, like the
100%.
person who will bring the car around so you don't walk.
100%.
But I feel like honestly, you would be such a catch if there's any masculine, buff, hairy, or twink, but preferably masculine, buff, hairy, bearded, who has a nice car, good credit, and an even better, please, please hit up our girl Maddie because
Yeah.
she needs someone to drive her around.
Yeah,
It was
definitely need someone to drive me around. I'm tired of paying for fucking Ubers, Lyfts, and Hop, which is new.
yeah, someone told me about it at a rave, but I was too like tweaked.
Definitely tweaked.
If your love life kind of looks a bit unclear in the future for you, does is Maddie's future for you more clear? Like say 5 years from now, where do you see Maddie? Do you see yourself getting older with her?
100%. Yeah, like Maddie's definitely like she's a bad bitch. Like and every year it just gets better and better. Um, I see her doing great things, like fun things, interesting things. I do see her on Drag Race
Okay, that's so exciting.
for sure. I do see her on Drag Race. Do I bet my life on it? No. Do I? Is it my goal for the? Is it? It's a goal of mine, but it's not my end game.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's a goal of mine because of my own personal connection to it, of like what I want to do, what I want it to do for Assyrian queers. Like I love that little gay Assyrian boy who just doesn't know we exist, who doesn't know anything about anything. Like it's for them. Like you know what I mean? Like that's why I would like to do something like that. Um, but yeah, for sure. Like Maddie's a bad bitch. I feel like I'm gonna be. I mean, it's also my career. Like I don't like you know what I mean. Like and then you only get better with through time. I'm right now. I always say like I'm married to my career.
Yeah, and it shows. I mean, like you are everywhere.
You know, it's just that's too much. That's too much. Oh, you know what it is too? You know what the craziest thing is?
Tell me.
The Middle Eastern bitches are the ones that always have the problem with me more than anyone else. What's the tea there? Like I ain't doing nothing to bother any of you. Like you know what? But you know what it is too? Like a lot of them like they think that like I should just like give them like the grace or like make them like even like a lot of them like oh like I should just put them on Yellow Butter stage because they're Middle Eastern. Like no, but you're still shit.
Like you're busted.
Like let's work on it. You know what I mean? It's like you know, like I feel like I may expect so much from you, and then like that's another thing too. It's like being a drag queen. You never know if someone wants to be your friend because they want to be your friend, or if they want to be your friend to get something out of you.
Fair. It becomes very transactional.
And I can clock it immediately. So I'm like,
And I feel like that would be hard, especially and like I would understand having your guard up if you don't want to kind of interact with people who only are using you for the things that you have built for yourself. Um,
yeah,
but also, I find that Middle Eastern people, unfortunately, although I love my culture, I love where I come from, there's the communication skills of Middle Eastern people are zero to none.
no,
Jealousy is like rampant. Everyone is jealous and they don't want to admit it. It's just so much beef and pettiness that happens.
yeah.
Um, but when you find the good side of it, it really is
It
amazing.
is amazing. It is amazing. I agree. I agree.
Now I think for my most serious question, and I'm gonna have like a hard time saying this because it's like really important. Um, and I don't want to like choke up when I'm saying it, but how much do I have to pay you to shave off your beard?
You know what? You know what's funny though? I did it one time for I did the El Camento Rico pageant, but I didn't shave before the pageant. So what I did was I came out bearded, and at the finale, like it's like the evening gown. I came out and I was holding like a yelechta,
Ah,
and I had it in front of my face, and I walked in like that. And then keep in mind, the whole time of the pageant, the whole that day, I had my beard on, and I shaved it in the bathroom downstairs right before the thing. And I walked in, and then I went, ah, and then I
that
was completely shaved.
that is so. Pause
And I
for
did it because from the thing that we wrote, I wrote like, yes, she is Toronto's bearded baddie, but let's be real, she's Toronto's baddie. Period.
ah.
Yes, it was like something like I did something like that, which I loved it. But like to shave my beard off, like girl, first of all, if you're gonna pay for my buccal fat remover, I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. Or if you can like take away this double chin, sure, by all means. But like, but I also think it's I think it's part of who I am. I think it's part of being a Syrian, part of being a Middle Eastern man, part of and like honestly, like a big fuck you to gender. Like you know, any girl can be beardless, but how many girls can you say that look pussy as fuck with a beard?
Not many. Yeah,
Okay,
slim.
not zero. There's some okay. I'm
And
the
also, I
fucking
think
like
it's such a good like marketing tool.
exactly.
Like immediately, I know if I saw a silhouette or a drawing of a queen with a beard in Toronto, I know who that is.
You know who that is, right? It's like, but there are some bearded queens in Toronto too. Like, love them too. But I'm saying, like, I think like anybody can just shave their beard and look like everyone else. And like I told you earlier, like I don't really care for the cookie cutter drag.
Yeah,
I think cookie cutter drag is just boring and stale. Like I like difference, and like drag is inherently political. And while there were so many political statements being made by all these queens before, a huge political statement that you can make now is being a woman with a beard.
Yeah.
Right? You have to move. You have to move forward, and we don't want to be like Assyrian people who never progressed. You know what I mean? Look at the tie-in.
A
You know what I
serious
mean?
getting slammed
No, but
randomly.
they never progressed. Whereas, like, I think like drag needs to keep progressing, and or else we're just gonna get swamped.
Yeah, it will evolve, and I think it has evolved, and it will continue to. I feel like
Yeah.
drag is it's very up to the person, right? So as we evolve, drag will evolve. It's very individual level based. Like you evolve, so your drag's going to evolve.
Hmm.
But I think that kind of wraps up the interview. But was there anything kind of that you had hopes of talking about coming into it that maybe we didn't fully touch on, or we touched on briefly, but you want to kind of get more into it?
I think we touched upon everything except my tits. Yeah.
Now, the
Sorry.
nipple, is the nipple pink or brown?
You tell me. You tell me. Is it shaved? I don't know. Am I? We're
For
gonna
those,
hope. Shout out to Carlotta Carlisle. I love Carlotta. She killed me the other day. So I went up to her and I went, ooh, and I showed her my nipples, and she went, oh wow, you made your nipple wear a lash. When I say I fucking cried laughing, like I fucking cried
oh,
laughing,
girl, that's
like
so funny.
cried. Yeah, she ate that. She ate that up. She ate me up. She ate me up. She ate that up. Like also, like it is what it is. These boobs are sponsored by every shawarma I've ever had.
Oh my god.
I had a great time. Also, any Middle Easterns watching this, I'm gonna plug one more thing. June 27th is Yalla Butter Stage in Toronto for the Toronto Pride. Come, it's from 7 to 10. And the next day it is Drag Ball, and I will be there performing at Drag Ball. And I am on at like 6:50 p.m. And Toronto Pride is amazing. Come, support, let's have some fun. Kiki, Mimi, Mumu. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. My Instagram handle and my Twitter handle, well, X, but like who calls it that? MAD, that's D as in Dick, EE, Love Good, love spelled correctly, good spelled correctly. All right, so it's Madee Lovegood on Instagram and Twitter, and then you'll find everything there. You'll see like all my shit, all my photo shoots, all like the fun stuff that I'm doing, and I have so many fun stuff coming up, like literally very soon. So it's really exciting.
Thank you everyone for tuning into this chaotic and gay as fuck episode. That was the Madee Lovegood, guys, from Toronto, the Toronto baddie bearded hospitable queen, because she's Assyrian as well. Um, Follow us on Eligible In on Instagram. And if you have an eligible individual who is great for Madee, please email us at hello@eligiblein.com. That is hello@eligiblein.com. And if you yourself have a fun and single friend that you would like to nominate, you can head over to our website, eligiblein.com, and nominate them there.
Thanks for listening to Eligible In, a production of Eligible In Media. Our theme song is by Monster Rally. If you see someone you like on our show, or if you would like to nominate yourself or someone you love to be interviewed by us, please visit us at eligiblein.com for more information, including a link to subscribe to our newsletter, where you can stay up to date on our newest episodes, as well as exclusive features of our eligible people.
Lovely you.